So I've got this integral here, and we've got the function x squared minus x minus 2, and we're trying to find bars f of x, and our limits are 3 and minus 3. Now, things are going to get interesting here, because we've not really been properly taught on how to integrate functions when there are bars. So the first thing that I would do is draw the graph of x squared minus x minus 2. This is the graph of x squared minus x minus 2. And I would also recommend finding the roots, and our roots were 2 and minus 1. So after I did that, my next step would be to sketch the graph bars f of x. And here is the graph y equals bars f of x. So anything below x equals 0, well, that would be the part of the curve between the black dots on y equals x squared minus x minus 2. Well, that part here, this bit here, essentially becomes positive. So it looks like that. So how can we use this piece of information to work out our integral? Well, we're trying to find from 3 to minus 3. Well, one thing that we can do is we can find the integral of 3 to 2 of f of x, first of all. Okay, that's pretty simple. But then, if we look on our original graph, we've got this bit here from 2 to minus 1. Now, in integration, if you were to integrate from 2 to minus 1, where you've got part of the curve where it's below x is equal 0, well, this bit here is going to be negative. But on bars f of x, here it's actually positive. So how do we get it from being negative to positive? Well, what we can do is, instead of doing plus the integral from 2 to minus 1, we can actually do minus the integral from 2 to minus 1. And that will essentially give us a positive answer. And then from there, what we can do is we can just do plus the integral from minus 1 to minus 3 f of x. And if we solve that, that will give us our answer for the integral of bars f of x from 3 to minus 3. So first of all, let's try and integrate f of x. That is nice and simple. If we integrated that, we will get x cubed over 3 minus x squared over 2 minus 2x. Okay, and then all we do from there is solve each one of these 3 things here. So you could just use your calculator for that, nice and simple. So the integral from 3 to 2 f of x, well, that would give us 11 over 6. And then we subtract from the integral from 2 to minus 1. Well, that would give us minus 9 over 2. And because of this double negative here, you can hopefully sort of see why we've used that minus sign there. And then obviously we do plus from minus 1 to minus 3. That would give us 26 over 3. And then just punch all of that into the calculator. And then you should get an answer of 15. Okay, well, can we apply what we've learned to f bars x rather than it being bars f of x? So does it still work? And the first thing that I would recommend is if you draw the graph y equals f bars x, and then you should get this result here. Here I just used Desmos, but obviously in your exam you would be expected to know how to draw that. So what have we noticed here? Well, we are integrating from 3 to minus 3. So if we draw on the graph, well, 3 would be about here. And if we found the area from 3 to 0, so we're talking about this bit here, well, that is essentially the same as, obviously we're trying to get from 0 to -3, so -3 would be here. That bit shaded in blue would be the same as the bit I'm shading in green right now. So if the bit shaded in green is equal to the bit shaded in blue, then what we can say? Well, the bit shaded in blue, we are going from 3 to 0. So from the integral of 3 to 0, f of x, but the bit shaded in green is also the same as the bit shaded in blue. So we can just do the area under the curve for the blue bit and double it, because that would just give us the same result. So we can say 2 times the integral from 3 to 0, f of x. And then we just do the same principle in practice. Well, we know the integral of f of x is just equal to x cubed over 3 minus x squared over 2 minus 2x. And then we're going from 3 to 0. And if we did the integral from 3 to 0 of f of x, well, we would get minus 3 over 2. And the thing to consider here is that the bit that I'm currently shading in red, well, that bit there would be negative because it is below x equals 0. So essentially we're doing this bit here subtracted from here. Hence why we've got ourselves a negative answer. So if you see that negative 3 over 2, that doesn't mean you've got the wrong answer. And then finally what we do is we double it. So we do 2 times minus 3 over 2, giving us our answer of minus 3, and we're done. So it's actually really simple, but it's not really about the maths, nor is it about the integration. It's more about the actual logic. If you can get the logic down, then the integration and the maths is just really easy. And that is all for today's video, guys. Hopefully you found this interesting. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.